Hi, I'm John with Caveman's Man Cave. 2021 has been a long year. My family and I are fine. No COVID in our house this year, and we've been very lucky. It's been quite a while since I posted a video, and I apologize for that. I've got lots of video clips to process, but regarding YouTube videos, I've had basically one catastrophe after another. I was working on the Brown Sharpe surface grinder, and along with a couple of customer jobs, I do have a small business that I'm trying to run, and had several equipment failures. I was making some custom bench seats, and I needed to plane the tops for the benches, and in the process of doing that, my planer broke. And what happened was it's a chain drive on the feed rolls, and it wasn't designed right, and it took me a while to understand that that's what the problem was. But when the rolls, when the board moves through the planer, the rolls, move up and move down as they go. Well, there was basically a direct drive chain to the rolls, and when they moved up, it stretched the chain, and it broke one of the sprockets. So, okay, now I can't finish that job. All right. So I go over to the Brown & Sharpe horizontal mill, and I go to make the parts to fix the planer. And I had a job ahead of that. I was making a follow rest for my Atlas lathe, and in the process of making the follow rest, doing the machine work for that, well, a terrible screeching noise came from the gearbox, and I had to shut it down. So the horizontal mill is not running. Okay, go over to the lathe. I'm working another customer job on a lathe, which is what I needed the follow rest for. I came up with another solution for that. And the gearbox for the lead screw broke. And as well, the spring detente for the split nut broke. So the split nut would just randomly engage on its own. It would just drop into gear, so to speak. They didn't happen at the same time, but between the two, it was just too much of a fight to try to run the lathe. So I'm out of commission on a lathe too. I've got no machines where I'm making any money. Along with all of this, I ran out of disk space on my computers, so I couldn't process any videos either. Stuck. I'm on a low budget, so I have trouble coming up with enough cash to fix all of these issues. So what we do? The Atlas lathe, it's an Atlas 10F, not 1939 vintage, 1940 vintage. So I got online and got a hold of Joel Rogers at mymachineshop.net. He had the parts in stock, so he sent them. I paid for them. He sent them along, and I got the lathe back running. Of course, by this time that job is already gone because I had to go get help from somebody else to get the job out. So I didn't make any money on the job. Then a couple of friends of mine approached me with the offer of a vertical mill and a, I don't know if it's Chinese or Taiwanese lathe, old machines, you know. But the idea would be that that would get me back running quicker and with more capacity, more capability by doing that. It was not quicker. It turns out that both of those machines, the people that my friends bought them from had just basically badly abused them. So I had to tear the head of the index. What I bought was an index 645 mill. It's a pretty decent mill, heavy duty, as far as Bridgeport style vertical mills are concerned. But the quill was completely froze up. I couldn't move it, so I had to get it apart, and I tore it down, put all new bearings in it, fit the quill back into the head, so that it would work smoothly, and had to make a couple of special parts because there were other parts on there that were pretty badly damaged. Finally got it all back together again with the help of my friends, and only in the last couple of days I've got it to the point where it's actually running. There's still a lot of work to be done on it to get it fully operational as a good quality mill. That's going to take a while, but I'm moving along with it. It's going to take some time yet. The Chinese lathe, it had been badly crashed and then it was dropped. So the headstock has a series of cracks in it which need to be welded up. And the apron on the carriage, the gears are, some of them are stripped. There's teeth missing, there's teeth that are bent over. It's a mess. So I've got to make new gears for that. Again, my friends are going to help me with that. I'm at a point where I'm ready to make the gear blanks so that I can go down and make the gears. I've got the gear cutters for that, all that stuff. Once those are done, I'm going to rebuild the Brown Sharpe horizontal mill. That's a very useful tool for me, and I was really disappointed when it failed. So I'll have to tear into that. The problem with that, and I don't know if anybody out there has one like it, this is a 1940s version of a Brown & Sharpe horizontal Type 2 mill. And I called the Born & Coke, who now have the rights and make parts for Brown & Sharpe equipment. They do not have the drawings or the manuals for that machine. So I've got a couple of manuals of later models, and I don't have the machine that I have, that I've got on my shop. I don't have the manuals for that machine. So if anybody out there has a manual for that particular machine, I would dearly love a copy, because I've got to take it apart and I'm going to be working blind. I have no reference material on it. anyway, so if anybody's got something like that, let me know. I could use it. I plan over the next few days, maybe the next week, to use the index mill as it is to make the parts for the drive for the planer. I want to get that job done and get it out to my customer. He's been very patient. It's been a year, and a lot of frustration. I've also gone out and put together a network file server, a network attached server. I don't know much about that at all. When I went to solve my storage capacity problems, I had no idea how to do any of this, and I had to learn all of that. Ended up buying a computer and putting some disk drives in it, and downloading software and learning how to run everything. But anyway, it's up and running now, and I'm still learning how to use it. It works well. I'm just I'm such a newbie at that. It's going to take a while. But anyway, yeah, I'll be doing all of that work over the next few months, and I'll be taking videos, and I'll be trying to get them posted on a regular basis if I can. I'm hoping this is the start of it all. So thanks for sticking with me, and let's hope for a better 2022.